This video, I'm going to be showing you the exact system that I've used to go from 0 to 30K emails per month, scaling with the AI automated outreach. All right, so this is the exact system that I and my clients are using as we speak to be able to go from 0 to 30K, 40K, 20K, 50K emails per month with AI and automations. All right, so this is a system that I will normally sell, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be giving it out for free so that I'm able to grow this channel, right? So if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, right? And possibly share with other people, right? So this video is particularly important for anyone who runs a business, right? Anyone who's selling something, anyone who wants to reach out, whether in lead gen, whether you're an agency, whether you're in GTM, whether you're data enrichment, wherever you are, right? This is going to be the exact system that I'm going to be showing you guys so that you can be able to use AI and leverage the power of AI and automations to be able to scale your cold email outreach. All right, so there's so many guides on YouTube on how to do cold outreach. And just to break it very, very simply for you guys so you can be able to understand to use AI and how to use it in a very smart way and efficient way, right? So I have done this for the past, since 2025 began, so I have seen what works and what doesn't work, right? And I think as we speak at the moment, I think as of yesterday, I think I've sent 1,000. These are 1,300 personalized emails that I've sent yesterday, I think. And I think there's more, right? So all this is automated and very, very personalized, right? Just to give you an example and an overview without going so much into detail, right? So as you can see here, it's personalizing based on the name, the Instagram page, the number of followers, the number of ads they're running, a couple of other statistics, right? Even competitor names, competitor ads, right? So this is the kind of systems that we want to generate, right? And this is the kind of system that I want to show you guys so you can able to deploy it to your business, whether it's your business, your company, your coaching business, whatever it is, right? You want to use such a system because one, the benefit of such a system, it is very, very easy to apply, easy to use, right? Second thing is it's going to save you a lot of time, right? The third thing is that it's relative cheap to do cold email compared to any kind of other system, right? And the fourth thing, AI and automation is quite good in terms of reach out, in terms of copy, in terms of following up, right? So this is where we want to leverage AI and automation, right? So if you are entering this in 2025, sad to say that your competitors are doing this and they are possibly going to outdo you, right? So I'm going to try and make this really, really raw and honest so that you guys don't have over expectations of what this can do, but you're able to move from a point of I was doing 200 emails, spending 5 hours writing emails, to a point where you're saying I'm sending 200 emails. It took me 20 minutes, right? That's where I want to get you guys, right? So whatever kind of scale, whether it's a small company, whether it's a big company, this is going to work for either of you, right? So the results are quite simple and quite straightforward, and these results will just differ according to your industry, right? So that's why I kept them very, very summarized, right? Because we are all not running the same kind of businesses, right? There are people running 1,000 emails per day, others are running 20, others are selling something worth 1 million, others selling something worth $2,000, right? So depending on your niche and your business, we have the same results here, right? So we have more leads rates, of course, right? Compared to having to do it manually, right? If you've done cold email manually, you know how difficult it is, right? And you don't want to be spending time, especially whether it's your team, whether it's yourself, right? You don't want to be spending time crafting emails, right? Writing emails, exporting emails, right? Looking for leads, having to add them to a CRM, having to enrich them, right? You don't want to spend that time. That time could be spent on higher ROI tasks such as sales, such as meetings, right? Rather than things that can be done with AI and automation, right? So in this video, I'm going to be covering with you exactly how you can actually use AI and automation to help you cut your time. Almost three-quarter of your time can be cut with this system, right? So this means more times on sales and high ROI stuff, right? Why are we spending time looking for data online when we could be automating it and using AI, right? And ultimately, more money made, right? We are all here in business, so we want to make the most money using the less time and the most efficient way, right, of our time, right? And a happy time, a happy life, right? More time, more free time, more things to do, and better things to do in your business, in your life. Just depends, right? So, what are the 5 stages of running a successful cold email campaign that sells with AI and automations, right? So, the first part, which is the most important, well, not the most important, but where we have to start with, right, is where is sourcing your leads, right? So, there's a couple of places to source your leads, right? I'm going to try and give you the full list. As much as I can give, right? So that whether you know or not, you can be able to start somewhere, right? So there is first there's Google, right? So there's ads. We can do ads, right? Some of you are very, very good at doing ads, right? And you're getting like 200 signups per day, 300, 400, right? And there's people who are coming into your CRM, whether it's a system, wherever you're putting them, right? And you're getting them maybe from Google, from Facebook, right, from LinkedIn ads, and there's a lot of signups, right? And you're ending up with an email with a CRM with a first name, email, LinkedIn, and there is nothing else that you know that just a full list with not so much data that you can use to send them emails, right? So that's the first part, which is sourcing leads, right? We can do this using Facebook ads, using Google ads, right? We can also do this organically by going to websites such as Clutch, right? We can also go to Apollo, right? I don't know whether you guys have used Apollo, but if I'm able to share, this is Apollo, right? So this is just an example of one of the websites where we can get leads, right? I think this plan is on a if you get a $49 plan, you're able to come here and you're able to set the kind of leads you want to get, right? So all of these are B2B, right? This cold email applies for B2B most times, right? So you're able to set up the location, the employees, the industry, right? If I want SaaS apps, I want computer software, right? I want construction, I want marketing companies, right? I can filter them here, right? And I'm able to get a list, right? As you can see here, this is one of one of 246 leads, right? Because I've made it very, very small so that I can be able to demonstrate to you, right? But if I remove some of the filters, uh, such as this, right? As you can see, now we have 20,000 leads that we can reach to, right? To get these leads, you just have to export from Apollo, right? Or use a scraper to export, right? Probably I'll be showing that in another video so that to keep this short, right? So this is one of the places where you can get leads, right? We can also go and Epify, right? We can use scrapers such as Clutch, right, to be able to get lists of a lot of leads, right? And as you can see, it is very, very cheap. It is about $2 per 1,000 leads, right? That's quite good, right? And then we have also something like this, which is an API scraper known as leads generator, which is like $2 per 1,000 leads, right? And they have a database of about 50,000 leads, right? Understanding that sometimes Apollo might not work, this is quite good, right? And you're going to get quite some valuable data, right? Such as the country, almost everything, right? And it's about, I think this is $2 per 1,000 leads, right? So that's it. That's the first first place where you're going to start, right? We want to source our leads first, and then we move to the second part, which is enrichment, right? So sometimes when we get leads, we are not getting everything, right? So let me just give an example, right? So as you can see here, we have the email, the website, the LinkedIn, the location, company, first name, last name, right? But we don't know anything else, and we're trying to understand what these guys are doing apart from. We're trying to get more data points, right? So this is what we need to enrich, right? So we need to enrich our leads with data points that we actually need. Maybe we want their website, maybe we want their, I don't know. It just depends on the kind of your industry and what you're looking after. Maybe you want their LinkedIn, maybe you want their company name, you want their company uh, mobile number, you want the number of employees, you want to know their revenue, right? So this is where we do enrichment, right? And this can be done using one, depending on where you're coming from. Let's just say you just have the first name, email, and the first name, email, and maybe the website. You want to use Apollo. Apollo is quite good and very, very accurate. It can help you give. It can give you like a lot emails, the number of all the other people in the organization, right? Uh, so that's Apollo to start with. We also have Zoom Info. This is one of the oldest, and it's quite good. I think for a plan of about, I don't know, $49 or $99, you can be able to scrape I think more than 1,000 leads, right, and their data, right. Uh, the next thing we have is Clay, which I think I have it on my screen, right. So this is Clay. I just imported this for the purpose of demonstration. So as you can see here, we have Clay. I think I've added 34 leads, right? So with Clay, as I started here, just I just ran this a few minutes ago. So I had the company name, the first name, the last name, the full name, right? So from this, Clay was able to give me the job title, right? The location, uh, the company domain. Sometimes when you don't have it, right? The link, their LinkedIn profile, and their verified emails, right? Right. So this is one of the best tools. I probably shouldn't even be sharing this, but yeah, Clay is one of the best tools, and I think it's quite cheap because it's about, I think for every record is like one credit, right? So if you have, I think on 2,000 for this account, it's about 2,000 emails, right? So very useful, and it's going to save you a lot of time. Clay is one of the best, right? So that's that's about enrichment. All right. So after enrichment, we have all right. So after enrichment, the next step will be what we call verification, right? Not so important, not such an important step, but it's good you do it, right? So this is where we are verifying the emails that we have, right? So that we don't have a lot of emails that will bounce, that won't be sent, and will not have deliverability issues, right? So for verification, these are the tools we use. Neverbones. We also have Lead Magic, and what you can just do for verification, you just go search for email verifiers, right? So very quite straight and simple. What you usually do is just export your list, right? If you have 1,000, you're going to import them into Neverbounce. I think it's about $6 for 1,000 credits, right? And then it's going to remove every leads that's not verified, right? Every email, every email that's not verified, right? So that we're able to get only the leads that have verified emails, right? So I think the drop off from that from the script leads after verification is about 92%, maybe 94%, right? Maybe 6% won't be verified, right? Right. So then one of the most important parts, which is personalization, right? So uh this is where we are using a lot of AI and automation, right? So in the past, what we used to do is what I saw other people do, right? Not let me not say I. So we get 20,000 leads, right? And then we just send them an email saying, "Hi, first name. This is what I do. This is how I came across you." And then thank you. This is my offer. Message me back, right? So you've probably and you're probably still getting such emails, especially if you're a business, right? And you can understand how it feels and how your perception is of the person who's sending you such an email, right? Because you're just like, this is very, very generic, this is very, very low effort, and I'm not going to reply to that, right? So the same applies to you. We don't want to send that kind of email, right? There's in a separate video, I think in one of my past videos, I've shown exactly how to personalize your emails, right? So you can increase your open rates and your reply rates, right? But for this video, I'm just going to do an overview of how you can do it, right? So I'll give an example of how I was doing it for this one of this one of these clients, right? So as I showed you, they only had their email, website, LinkedIn, company name, first name, and last name, right? And we wanted to personalize this, right? And the thing is that just to give a bit of context on this, this is a digital marketing agency, and they want to reach out to brands that are running meta ads, right? Mostly e-commerce brands, right? So they wanted to customize their emails to be able to say, "Hi, I saw your page, your Instagram page, with this number of followers. I also checked out your ads library and noticed you're not, and then state something about their ads, right? The number of ads, right? They are also able to check their competitors, right? See the number of ads their competitors are running, right? And then give their offer, right? So if I can give an example, you can see it's the same for almost all of them, right? Right. So for this, we needed to add just a bit of data, right? So if I give an example here, we were getting the Instagram from the website. We are able to get their Facebook, their Instagram, the number of Instagram followers, their TikTok if they have, their Facebook, right? Their ads URL, the number of ads active, right? Right, as you can see here, right? You can also calculate some other important metrics for them, right? And competitors, right? Just a lot that we needed to scrape, right? So such kind of data will normally take us quite some time, especially if we're doing it manually, because we have to go to websites one by one, check their Instagram, fill this, right? But this is no longer a thing, right? Especially in 2025, we have what we call scrapers, right? So a scraper, simply said, is something that allows you to go to a website and get data from it in an automated way, right? And where to get this is on Epify, right? So on Epify, what you're going to do, you're going to go to Epify, you're going to search Epify, right? And then on the home screen, you're going to get what we call actors, right? So let's say we are looking to get data on Instagram. We're just going to search Instagram scraper, right? And as you can see here, there's a couple of Instagram scrapers, right? So let's say okay, here there's one for Instagram posts, and this one is one for Instagram accounts, I guess, right? So if we go to the Instagram scraper, and you go under information, you can see what it does, right? Scrape profiles, right? Scrapes hashtags, scrapes places, it scrapes comments, right? So there's this is the kind of data that we'll be extracting from Instagram here. If we were to use this Instagram scraper to customize our emails, right? And then we can export it into our sheets automatically, right? So depending on the kind of data that you want, I usually recommend before you start the cold email and scraping, you want to start with the end result. You want to start the end result, right? You want to understand the final email, how it's going to look like. And then from there, you want to work out backwards and understand the kind the kind of data that we're going after, right? Before we start scraping, right? So we work from behind then to the forward, right? Work forward looking for the data, right? So here you're able to get, I think, thousands of scrapers, right? You see here is 7,000 scrapers, right? All designed to help you just move faster to get data from, as you can see, this one's for Google, right? I think it's going to get you every kind of business on Google, right? E-commerce, right? Facebook ads, web scrapers, YouTube, you name it, LinkedIn, whatever you need, right? It's gonna help you, and it's gonna help you get the data fast and in an automated way, and it's very, very cheap. It's very, very cheap. I think if you just open one of this, uh I'm not able to see this. Let's say Instagram profile. It's $2 for 1,000 results, right? Very, 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 very cheap, right? So that's about personalization, right? So once we get the data points, the next thing is to use these data points and copy, to write the copy, right? So we are no longer writing copy, right? I can tell you for a fact, OpenAI and Perplexity, as long as you feed it well and you prompt it well, it's going to write exactly like you, if not even better. Like, I've seen it, and I know most of you are like, I'm the best at copy, I should be doing copy. But what I can tell you, as long as you prompt it well and you give it examples, I know most of you don't give examples to AI, right? If you give it an example, uh, it's going to write the email exactly in your brand voice, in the way you'll write it, if not even better, right? And you can play around with the kind of copy that you want, right? So depending on whether you're an OpenAI guy, a Perplexity, whatever kind of LLM that you need, you're going to use that to write copy, right? It's going to do way better, way faster. And just imagine if you have to send 1,000 emails and you want to write copy for all of them, right? That's impossible, right? Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. So let's you're going to use OpenAI and Perplexity, and it's very, very, very affordable. This is like, I don't even check how much it costs, right? The next thing, we want to integrate with an email sending platform, right? So the two best that I know is Instantly and Gmos, right? So Instantly is quite good in terms of the way it's been made for users, especially for beginners. It's going to help you to send email sequences, right? Follow up emails. Let's say you want to send the first email today, the second email tomorrow, the third email next week, right? It's going to help you do that, right? And also you can manage them as campaign instead of having to mix up. Let's say you want to reach out to marketing companies today. In this campaign, you want to reach out to construction companies in this campaign. Instantly is going to help you do exactly that, right? And it's going to also show you response rates, it's going to show you reply rates, and it's going to even filter and organize for you according to leads who are interested and who are not, right? So this is not a sponsored video, just found that it was one of the best systems that I've used. Unless any of you has used any that is better, you can of course leave your comment down below, right? So that's the kind of systems that you can use, right? So now to the most important and the part that probably I haven't covered right now, is now how to automate, right? So we already know what to do, right? This is the process of manually doing it, right? But you want to automate, right? So um, for automation, we want to get what's called as N10, right? So N10 is an automation system that enables you to connect everything together, right? So if you have emails, if you have all these systems can be connected through N10, right? So for the purpose of this video, I'll just not go deep into how to connect this, but I'll show you exactly. I'll just give you a guide on how you can approach this, right? So once you have N10, right? I think it's N10 is about $25 as of now. If not, I don't know whether it's 25. I think it should be $25 as of now, right? So once you go to N10, right, you can sign up. You can even get a free trial when you sign up. You're just going to go to N10, and then you're going to get the first link, and then it's just going to ask you for your email, right? You're going to sign up on N10, right? So how do you want to approach automation, especially as a business? Because you don't want to do all this by yourself, right? Uh, this is a smart way to do it, right? And this is the way that I've seen most people get successful with it, right? So you want to document this process, right? That you're doing, right? You want to do this for about, let's say you want to do 20 leads, right? So you want to get 20 leads, do it manually, right? And then you document it, right? And then you create what we call an SOP, right? Once you've created an SOP, you're going to use this SOP. You're probably going to use OpenAI to help you create the SOP, and probably you're going to record it, and then you're going to look for an N10 expert, right, to help you build out the system, right, and connect everything together. Right, you don't want to do this by yourself because it's going to cost you a lot of time trying to understand the system and how it works. Right, you only focus on results. Right, you just want to focus on results and the end goal, which is sending 10,000 emails per month, if not more, right? So once you get your SOP and your documentation, right? Maybe it's a Loom video. You're going to go to a platform such as Upwork or Fiverr, and you're going to look for an N10 expert, right? So they're going to help you connect everything together, right? You're going to tell them what you're trying to do, the end results, and you're going to have examples of the kind of emails that you want to out that you want to send out, right? So once you go on the platforms such as Upwork, you're going to get going to post a job listing, and then you're going to have people apply, and the process of hiring, right? So once you've gotten someone to do that for you, you're going to confirm with them how much you're going to be needed to pay for maybe for some of these accounts, right? And then build out the system, right? So that's the fastest way to get your system up and running, instead of having to go through YouTube, like having to go through LinkedIn looking for workflows, download the workflows, then you get them, you don't know how to connect everything together. The person who gave you the workflow is no longer there. You can't contact him, ask him how he set things up. So just get an expert to do it for you, right? And then from there, you start sending out your cold emails, right? So this video has ended up being quite longer than I expected, but I hope you guys have gotten free value. I even realized it's even got dark here. I think it was it was in the evening, and it's already gotten dark. So uh, hopefully you guys are able to implement the system. I didn't even introduce myself. My name is Dave, and I work with KiddoFlow, which is an AI automation business, where we help businesses add AI and automations to do more, right? To be able to scale their business, to grow their revenue, to reduce repetitive tasks, to save time, do more, right? So this is the kind of systems that we help uh, businesses use. So if you're a business who wants to go from which wants to go from zero, maybe you are doing 500 emails per month and you want to go to 1000, whether you want to do data enrichment, right? Everything that I've said in this video, we can help you do that, right? My contact will be below, and you can also check my channel. There will be more videos concerning AI and automation, and specifically for people who want to achieve specific business goals, right? So our channel is basically built around AI and automations for business, right? So if that seems like you can subscribe. I'll try to give as much value to this channel, right? So that you guys can get the most value and you can scale your businesses, right? So that said, keep this short. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. In the next video, I'm going to be showing you more. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them below and I will answer them.